So I got a styrofoam tree like this and rope that looks like this. And I have this thing about, I love the way that this stuff looks so natural. And so what I did was, it was really simple. I glued this down with my glue gun, and then I glued here and there. I also had some Mod Podge on there that I had put on it so that it was a little bit easier to put on. And then I did that until I got to the whole thing. So once that was on, then I had ribbon. I'm sorry, I had this. This is the only one I have. So this was a star, and it was attached to a little tea light. And so I thought, no, I just want the star. And so I took it off of the tea light that we can use for any other project. Then I had some little ribbon, and I went ahead and put little ribbon, and I kind of twisted it because it was kind of hard to figure out how I wanted to do. I didn't really want to do garland. And so this was kind of how I came up with that. And then we've got like these little bows on there, and so they come like this. You've probably seen bows like this. Usually they're bigger, right? And so what I did was I took them, and so like sometimes they're not real tight, but then I made sure that they were real tight, and then I cut that off. And I actually saved this part because that's a big part that I can use for something else, which I did. And so then I put the ribbons on there, and then I had little jingle bells, and so those just look like this. And so what I did was I took off the top. Now a couple of these, see these this kind of popped off, and then I glued this on, but some of them didn't come off quite so easy, so I had to kind of, I used my scissors to pry them off, and then, but it still rings. Okay, not as well as I'd like. Anyways, and then also then I had one of these. So this is just a Christmas ornament. And so what I did was I cut this piece off, this whole piece. Then I glued, oh, and I also did the bottom. Then I glued the whole thing on there, because if I didn't, the whole reason that I did this, which I think it actually looks kind of good like this, but the whole reason that I did it that way is because it was going to be sitting like this. Anyways, so I cut this off, and then I glued the tree on it, and then I put it back in. And instead of having the bell, I decided to get one. I had one of these like picks, and so I took the present off, because I thought, what else would you want under a tree than a present? And so that's where that is. And so ta-da! That looks pretty good, right? You think? I don't know. I mean, it may look a little crappy, but hey, that's our thing, right? Okay, so then now I've got some things that I need to kind of clean up. And so this is one thing, like I said, I wanted to do with it's just pipe cleaner. And then I actually had some leftover ornaments that I really didn't want to use on my tree because they're so tiny. But I was thinking with the pipe cleaner, we should be able to get like some on here. If not, then I'll use a ribbon, and I'll show you guys when it's all done, and let you know how I did it if it turned out hard. But it's just literally you're straight doing it through the pipe. Here it is. So for example, so we can just take like through and through and through. Oops, I guess I'm doing them like, so I have a neurospicy brain, and so sometimes I like things to be like in like a specific order, which is, you know, how it is. It's just how it is. And so we're gonna do red, and then some gold, and maybe we'll put even like a ribbon or something also, like as a, but I think that this might look okay. I can't see it, but you can. Yeah, see, I think if that was tight enough and long enough, I think that would be pretty cool. And then it'd be easily removable. And so maybe I'll put like a ribbon, like a bow right here, but nothing too major. And then this nice thing about this is that the baubles are easy to clean off. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll do that another time. The other thing so I wanted to show you some stuff that I've been working on. And so like this is my snow thing. So what this is, and I'm not done yet, okay? So what this is it's a wooden snowflake, and you can get them for a Dollar Tree. And so the wooden snowflake, and then I took, you can see the snowman, and so what I did was I covered the, and all I did was I peeled this off, and we decoupaged it, right? And so I peeled this off. I promise, I really did. Okay, see, look at that. See, I try to do crafts that aren't really too complicated. It's really for me more than you. Anyways, so then I cut this out, and so you can just like, and you know, it doesn't even have to be fancy. And then before I put it on, what I did was, because see it's too big, and so I would trim it to fit right smack dab in the center, right smack dab in the center. But you're wondering, well, what is this thing? Well, this thing is actually tile. It's a self-stick tile. And so what I did was I cut it, I traced the snowflake on it. Here, I'll take it out of the bag for us. How's that? Sorry, I should have done that already, right? But it's always fun to unpack goodies for crafting. So right now I feel this adrenaline rush. Oh, something new out of the package. Anyways, so I'm gonna unstick that from my finger and put that down there. So then what I did was I went ahead and I traced the snowflake onto the tile, right? So I want this in the center. Then I cut it out, and I did use scissors because I didn't have a good X-Acto knife at the time. And then I went ahead, and once I had this center cut out, see, once I had the center cut out, then I laid it on here. I didn't stick it on there yet. And then I wanted to make sure that my snowman is placed where it needs to be placed. Once I did that, I went ahead and I put the Mod Podge on. That's this glue stuff. I usually use the matte. You're gonna see that I've actually used some of this too, that's actually what I did use. I didn't realize I had this big thing of matte, so I just used what I had. Anyway, so you put the Mod Podge on, and you just kind of put it on there, and then you can put the napkin on. Now, one of the secrets to success, so you'll see, if you look real close at mine, you can see that it's a little bit wrinkled. So the way to not have it wrinkled is to let the Mod Podge dry. Then you put your snowman on, and then you put on a piece of like wax paper, or the brown parchment paper is probably better. So you put the parchment paper on, and then you take like something that's like a iron or something like that, and then you just iron that down, and then that should help it stay more flat. And then once it dries, then you can go ahead and put another cover of Mod Podge on there. And so that's why I like it's shiny, because I use the shiny stuff. And then it's sealed that way. So then once you have that done, then you go ahead and you put your snowflake on. Now, remember what we called it, Crappy Crafts. So when you look at it, which I already added this and I haven't finished this, but whatever. So when you look at it, it looks great, but when you look from the back, it's awful. So I do have an X-Acto knife set finally, and I have a cutting board somewhere. So I'm gonna look for that. It's a cutting mat, and so it's pretty cool because it kind of like heals itself while you're doing it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this a little bit better. The other thing I wanna do is I see so many crafts, there's so many amazing crafts out there. I see some of them though where they just do that front side. Like I think I'm gonna paint this side black, and I did get some chalk paint, and so I'll probably use that and then just seal it up with, I'll probably do the matte though this time. And so then that'll seal it up. I also have a polyurethane spray that I could use. Now the only thing about this is that it looks kind of And so the other thing that I wanted to do is dry brush some of this black paint on here. And so I'm gonna try it while we're talking. So you can get these, I actually got these from Dollar General. So my main stores are like, I love like going to, you know, like Michael's and Hobby Lobby and stuff like that. And then I also get this stuff from Dollar Tree. And then once in a while I hit up Dollar General. The nice thing about Dollar General, check this out. I went in and I didn't really get a whole lot, but I got, it was something, it might have been these. I just got a few things. And then I got a coupon for $10 off of 40. And so I went to Dollar Tree, not thinking, because I saw Dollar and never put together General because I don't go there very often. And they were like, no, but one of the ladies in line said, but you know, you can use that at Food Lion. So I took it to Food Lion and they took it. They gave me the $10 off of 40. So I got groceries and got to do $40 off. How cool is that? So anyway, so we're gonna use this black paint, and like I said, I wanted to dry paint it where it's just kind of like barely wiped on. And what my goal is for this to look kind of old, right? Because it's already got that tin, right? Like this tin look. And so yes, I know it's not really ready to do it, but just because it's you and me together. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try this. So I'm gonna stick this in, and then I think I'm gonna try to practice. So I've got it like quite a bit here. So now once I get it, oh, look at that. So once I get it a little bit dried off, then it does a little bit less. Would you like that? Okay, so let's try it. Here we go. You ready? Look at that. Oh, that looks good. What do you think? So just kind of like, it's not, you know, not made to make any sense. Like, I'm not doing it to be perfect or anything, but it does kind of give it an older, like a tinny look, right? Oh, I think it does. But, you know, it's all everybody's, art is just everybody's opinion, right? So anyway, oh, I think that looks better because it was too, like, matted or something. So anyways, there you go. Look at that. And now I can just wash my brush off. Well, I want to paint the backside, but I'm going to wait until I cut it. So there you go. So there's the snowflake with the snowman in the center there. And then and this was just a little pick, you know, like one of these little pick things. So, okay, so there's that thing. Now, I'm telling you, oof. So I am going to finish this stuff. I'm committed now. So one of the other things is, and I'm going to rip this, I should have cut off this snowman before I did that, because I'll use this snowman on something else some other time. Okay, so I cut him off and I'll use him later. And then so I started this. And so my goal, remember the lady that's doing the woman who's doing the cherry pie thing? So my goal was to create something special for her. She also is the one that donated the buttons. Oh my gosh, wait until I bring those buttons out. Wow. Okay, so I wanted to create something very special for her. And so I've got like, I Mod Podged this, and it's not like, it's got wrinkles and stuff, but I don't think that I feel like it's part of the crafts charm. Or maybe that's just because that's how I did it. I don't know. Hopefully she likes it. Anyways, and then I put this, remember how I said I love the rope stuff? So I put this on the edge. So I'm still trying to work through, I have the lights here, I have them, like I have this glued on the back, because my thought was I'll put a ribbon over here to hang this. And so now I just have to figure out how to integrate this into something. I'm not sure. And so like I saw like this thing is pretty cool. This is an ornament. Okay, I'm always unpacking something, aren't I? But I thought this was kind of cool to have like maybe on here, or maybe a snowman. But I just kind of want to make something, make it look kind of pretty, and then maybe weave it with some greenery and do that around it. I'm not sure. But the surprises are in because maybe she's watching this. But I think they should be okay with that. She'll be excited to look forward to what we end up with, right? Anyway, So that's something else that I'm working on. So here's the thing. So I was thinking about this morning, so we make these crafts. How cool would it be as I'm making these things, like, you know, there's a lot of you that I'm doing that I would love to be able to give a Christmas present to, right? And so if there is something that you're looking at and you're like, I love that crappy thing, and you really want it for Christmas, as long as I can get it to you, just let me know. The first person who said, like, this tree, if you just absolutely love this tree, now my preference is to hand deliver. And I'm hoping if it's somebody up north that I can hand deliver. I'm still working on going home for Christmas. But yeah, so like, if you want this, that's great. I will give you this for Christmas. I thought, what a nice way to do just something personal. And so same thing with the snowman. So as we're creating things, the only thing I ask is if you do want the plates, that we just do them like, and I might actually kind of want to keep them, but you know what? I mean, I can make something else. This is supposed to be for you for Christmas. So if you want the plates, just please wait until after the Christmas party. I gotta use these for the Christmas party. That was the whole reason that I started them. But yeah, so we're gonna just kind of keep creating things. I still want to make the snowman. There's some other things. There's some really cool with the bottles, and they're pouring out of the bucket. So like onto a plate, and so like it looks like they're coming out of the bucket onto the plate. And so I've got the, I think I've got the ability to do that. And then, like I said, I'm going to make that tomato soup tomorrow, and hopefully, and I know I'm forgetting because there were quite a few people who were like, yeah, I want to be a guest. And so I apologize. Oh, and I wanted to also tell you, remember how I was saying about the E6000 glue, how it works for me to get it in the smaller things? Well, this is why. Like, I just found this today from the last time that we talked. It was last week. I never even put the lid on it. So that would have been a whole huge tube wasted. So yeah. So anyways, so, you know, get to know yourself, know what you need, support yourself. All right, well, that's it for today. I know this was a long one. If you put up with the whole thing, that's amazing. I wish you the best weekend ever. I hope that this holiday season is going well, because I know it's kind of so much. I'm really excited because I've got some littles in my life who have crept their way into my heart. And so I'm kind of excited about giving them some little presents. And so that's cool. I cannot wait. It's been a long time since I've had littles to do something with. And so that's kind of cool. And really, that's about it. I hope, you know, you have a great day. And thank you for joining me with Crappy Crafts and Ridiculous and other wonderful things. And don't forget to subscribe. All right. Oh, where's my remote? Here it is. Bye.